Just the littlest of ears popping out in the background. Are you ready, Courtney? It's time for us to pour our laundry. Woo! One day she'll fold it for me. Can you imagine? Yes, my little queen. Hello, my friends, and welcome back to another story time where I fold my laundry and chat your ear off. This is your moment as well to head over to a chore that you've been putting off and allow me to keep you company while you do it. Today, we are folding laundry, mostly stuff that I wore on my honeymoon. Cheese ball. I am so cheesing over our honeymoon. So I decided this might be a fun way to sort of tell you all about it and also be productive. So let's dive right in. If you guys saw my video on Tuesday, I talked a little bit about the trip. We went Sunday to Sunday. So we got back this last Sunday, so we were gone for a week and I had pre-recorded a bunch of videos, so I'm explaining all of that in the video on Tuesday, so definitely check that out if you missed that. But, so, let's see, where do I even begin? Basically, we got married in November. Hi, if you're new to my channel or if you missed that, I am a married woman now. I am a wifey, it is true, and I'm so happy to be so. To be one, to be a wife, and to have a husband. I married my favorite person in the whole entire world, my other half, my better half, my person, and I feel very, very, very lucky. So let me just like start this off all by saying I feel lucky and blessed the whole thing. Very aware that it is a tough time for everyone financially. It's a tough time to travel health-wise, a lot going on. So I'm going to preface all of this by saying I feel #blessed to the maximum capacity. So we got married in November, and if you missed that, I made a ton of videos. I'll just put like the playlist of all the wedding stuff down below. And we knew off the bat that we didn't want to go on our honeymoon right away. I think different people have different opinions about this, and people seem pretty set on their way. Like my parents, they like drove off from the night of their wedding like to the airport and onward to their honeymoon. For us, because we had rescheduled our wedding and it was like during kind of the height of COVID. It was actually right before like Omicron hit, which was, we were so lucky about our timing, but we knew that we didn't want to travel right away for those reasons. Also, my grandma was really sick at the time and the holidays were coming up. So we were just like, you know, we'll plan it a little bit later in the year once we sort of have recovered from the wedding, because the wedding was such a big production essentially to like put together, and you know, time consuming and expensive and this and that. So we're like, let's just like reset our focus once we're kind of settled. But we did do a honey fund. We used the company Honey Fund, or the website Honey Fund, instead of doing a traditional, you know, like gift registry, so that we could go on a honeymoon. And we kind of had the intention that we wanted to go to Hawaii, because we were originally supposed to get married in Kauai, and so we thought, oh, we'll go back and maybe we'll do some island hopping. Well, cut to literally a couple weeks ago. Like, I'm not kidding, this was like the most last minute plan. We were both like, oh my God, like summer is literally around the corner and we haven't gone on our honeymoon yet, and Jeff starts some more work in a couple of weeks, and I have a new job picking up this summer. So we're like, it's kind of like a now or never situation. Like, let's see if we can do this so last minute and figure it out. And if you had watched my video, gosh, when was I talking about? I guess I was talking about like, oh, the wedding planning video I did recently. If you're interested to check that out, again, I'll leave the links to everything below. But a lot of our friends like didn't give us gifts, which I think it was our fault ultimately. I think we messed up like the way we presented our honey fund. Whatever the case is, we definitely didn't have enough money from gift funding to go on this trip, but I had so many points on, I used like a Marriott Bonvoy card I've been using the same credit card forever and it racks up points, and they have hotels like all over the world. It's actually an amazing program. If anyone needs a new credit card, check it out. I mean, I don't know much about credit cards. I'm not like the points master, but dude, we like wheeled and dealed with all these points, and we had some airline credits, we had a Costco credit. We like basically piecemealed this trip together so that we didn't have to pay anything out of our own pockets, and oh, we did it. We ended up spending a little bit over and like, you know, throwing in our own cash, but that was mostly for like a few gifts, like we went to a winery, blah blah blah. So anyways, I'll start from the beginning in terms of our trip in case you are looking to plan a trip. We decided to go to the Big Island because neither of us had ever been there before. We wanted to go back to Kauai, but it was just too expensive to island hop, and I was like, let's just try something new. And the Big Island provided the Westin, which is where I got my points from, so we were able to stay there for free. So we wanted the Big Island because we heard it was a really great adventure place, because the island has two separate sides. One side is like all volcano, and it's very like, not rustic, but like, I mean, think volcano. I mean, it is like lava and like very hike centric, lots of like outdoor like hiking type stuff to do on that side. And then the other side is like the beach coast, very like lay at the pool, go out in the ocean kind of thing. So we decided that we would rent a car, which we did through Costco. If anyone is looking for a car rentals are so expensive, especially now, like beyond expensive, like ridiculously expensive, but on the Big Island you kind of need one. So we did it through Costco. If you have a Costco membership, pro tip, do it through there. They always have really good prices. And basically we got in, we stayed one night kind of near the hotel. We flew into Kona. We stayed at this, I think it was a Sheraton, which was also through points. It was brilliant. We got this like beachfront, like, or like ocean view room, and there was a great pool, and we could walk right out to the ocean. And we had told everyone that it was our honeymoon because we were like, you know what, this is a once in a lifetime thing. Let's just tell everyone it's our honeymoon. And people were so kind, and we got all these nice upgrades and this and that. That, you know, another thing that I continue to learn when you travel is like the nicer you are to people, like the more good that comes your way. That's just in my opinion, a great lesson in life, is like kindness really goes a long way. Anyways, so we got in to that hotel and we had like poke right away, and Jeff is like so into Mai Tais. So like in the last 2 years he's like perfected the art of the Mai Tai. So he tried like every Mai Tai everywhere we went. It was really quite fun. So we did that, and we explored and played in the pool, and we went into the ocean, and then we went down to this great spot called Lava Beach Club, which I had read about prior to going. We did a little bit of research before we went, just so we had some like sort of like key points and places to go and a few activities planned. But other than that, we kind of just went for it, since again we planned so last minute. So we went to this place called the Lava Beach Club, and it's this great restaurant literally on the beach where they had live music and drinks. And so we got a drink, and we watched the sunset, and then we had dinner, and we went back, and we were exhausted because travel was kind of long, but so excited. And then the next day we drove to the other side of the island, which was like a 2.5 hour drive. We got a Ford Mustang convertible, like the cheesiest of tourists, but it was so fun. We drove all the way across, but we stopped at this place called Uma Falls. And Uma Falls, they do like, well, it's a fall, so you can climb up this little like walkway, and you can go see this amazing, by the way, I posted all these pictures on my Instagram, so I'm gonna just leave the link to my Instagram below if you haven't been there before, or if you haven't seen the pictures. I did 3 different posts with slides, and you should probably see everything that I'm mentioning there, so go check that out. I'll keep posting as well. So where was I? Oh, okay, so we stopped at this Uma Falls, and Uma Falls, you can go and you can see this like 3-tiered waterfall, which was incredible. And we happened to be there on a Monday, and we were in between spring break and summer break, so like we hit the timing just right. There was like nobody there. And at Uma Uma Falls, it's kind of like a tourist, like they set up the whole place, so like a lot of people do zip lining over the falls, and it's kind of like a little bit like amusement park-esque. Not an amusement park, but the way it's set up, like, you know, you walk through and you pay for your ticket to kind of use the facilities and the property, not use the property, but like walk around the property. Anyways, but then we had paid for a tour that took us down to this lake, this private lake where there were some waterfalls happening in there, and we got to paddleboard and canoe and rock jump, like jump off rocks into the water. And as it turns out, we were the only ones on the tour, so it was just me, Jeff, and our awesome tour guide, who was like this young kid who was so cool. So we literally just played on paddle boards for like a couple of hours, and we jumped off rocks. I cried because I was so nervous, but I wanted to do it and conquer my fear, and it was a very spiritual moment, and Jeff like was so sweet and like talked me through it, and I did it. And I really like paddleboarding. Like you get up on the paddleboard and you stand, and like, it was just so wonderful. So then we arrived to our place in Volcano. Volcano's the town, and it's right, the place where we stayed was right outside of the Volcano National Park, which is a huge national park where the one of the volcanoes is Kilauea volcano. I think that's right. I'm terrible with names, but I think that's right. And so we stayed at this amazing, I think it's called Volcano Village Estates, if you want to look it up if you're traveling. It's a B&B, a bed and breakfast, where they have like all these little private cottages. So we got the Honeymoon cottage, super affordable as far as this stuff goes, and it was like our own little home. It was so cute. I loved it there. And then we had our own little hot tub, and the hot tub was like in the middle of like this like lush background, so you're literally like in nature and in a hot tub. We had the best time there. We spent 2 nights there, and they like made us breakfast, and it was just like, it felt like our home, but in the middle of nowhere, and it was wonderful. And so that next day we went to the national park, and we went on a 10-mile hike, and it was incredible. Please go check out my pictures. We saw the volcano, we went through a lava tube, we just walked and walked and walked. We were like just in awe of, I can't even, you see pictures, but like I really cannot explain just how powerful and grand a volcano is. I mean, mind-blowing, truly mind-blowing. And then at that night we like went back, because you can go, the park is open 24 hours, which is insane. And we went back, and you walk this like mile path in the dark. The only light there is like people's headlamps, and you walk it, and then you arrive to the volcano where you can see active lava. It was tremendous. Like I cried so much on the trip out of like pure beauty and like gratitude. I'm such a cheese ball. I am such a cheese ball, but like it was insane. Honestly, like if you have the chance to do that, please go do that. So then after our trip in Volcano, we went back to the other side, and that's when we landed at the Westin Hapuna Beach. Hapuna Beach is one of the prettiest beaches I've ever seen. We've been to some really pretty beaches in our time together and separate, but this might have been the prettiest. Like the sand was just so pure, and like the water's so beautiful, and so it's just like this vast beach. But then you look up and there's all this lava, and then you look up above that and there's all these mountains. It's just like the Big Island is so interesting because the terrains are so different, but they're all in one place. Ugh, really tremendous. I folded this pair of pants like 4 times. Anyways, I'm yapping, but I'm trying to get through this just as a general thing. So then we were at the Westin, and they moved us to this huge suite with 2 lanais, and we just felt like so fancy. Like we were laughing the whole time. We had so much fun. We went to the pool. Jeff tried every Mai Tai, like I said. We ate French fries. We ate so many French fries. Wherever we went, we got French fries. The food at the restaurant was actually so very good. There was musicians at night. I'm trying to think what else we did. We did so much. Oh, we went rock climbing. Not officially, but like we went down the beach and we found this like cool little area where you can actually climb some lava rocks, and I was so proud of myself. I did it. Jeff is like so brave, and he like talked me through it, and I was so proud of myself for following in his footsteps. He always like, we're a good team. He always pushes me to be a little bit more adventurous than I actually am, or though rather I think I have it in me, I just like need a little push, and he provides that and like the comfort and security. And so anyways, you climb up and then you go into like this cave. It was so cool. We were just in caves a lot, on rocks, in caves, and in water. So that was wonderful. And then we headed over one night to have drinks. One of our best friends was actually also on the island at a different hotel. She was in a really fancy hotel, which we went to go see some fancy hotels, and we were like both like, we kind of like our hotel better. Like our hotel is so nice, but it just like was a little bit more comfortable and like welcoming. Some of those fancy hotels, maybe it's your style, but it was a little bit like stuffy for us. But anyways, we met her. She was the flower woman in our wedding, the only non-family member that walked down the aisle. And we met her for a drink and sushi, and then we went and swam with the manta rays, which it was a night swim. It was one of the craziest things I've ever seen. I say that after the volcano. The volcano may have been crazy, I don't know. This was pretty wild. So basically, I think we went in at like 9 o'clock, 8:30 or 9. We went in on a guided tour. There was just 2 other couples with us. So there were 6 of us and our guide. And they take you out into the middle of the ocean in the pitch black, but she puts these like lights on your back. And then she carries a light, and the mantas come out to feed. The light, like, I guess attracts the stuff that they eat, the plankton. Oh my god, look at me, science. And so the mantas come, but they like, we did not realize that they were gonna come so close. Like, you're snorkeling, so you're floating on top, so you assume that they're just gonna be like way down below. No, 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 they brush up against you. One didn't brush up against me, but one brushed up against Jeff, and then really brushed up against another girl on our tour. It was spectacular. They were huge, and it was just like nothing I had ever seen before. I was really nervous about it because I'm not like the best swimmer, but they put life jackets on you, and then you hold on, they like tell you to hold on to your partner. So I just like held on to Jeff the whole time. It was phenomenal. What else? We worked out in the most beautiful gym of all times. We did yoga on the lanai. We laughed. We had life conversations. I mean, it was like every cliche of like honeymoon you could imagine, like it happened. Do you know what I mean? Like just so much gratitude, so much love, so much cheesiness. It was by far like a trip of a lifetime, and I'm just so grateful that I had a partner who was willing to like kind of figure it out last minute with me, and we felt great the whole time. I mean, start to finish, everything was just like super smooth, and the things that weren't were kind of funny. You know, part of travel is just kind of going with the flow, because you never know what to expect with like flights being canceled or getting lost or whatever the case may be. But if you go in with someone that you love, and also with like a good head on your shoulders, knowing like, all right, we're just gonna have to go with the flow, then you can't go wrong. We really had a great time. We went into Kona, and we did a little shopping and visited a restaurant out there that we were interested in checking out. So yeah, I mean, that was basically it. As I finished folding perfectly. It was just a trip of a lifetime, and again, so grateful and so happy to be able to share bits and pieces with you guys. And if you get a chance, the people of the island are so nice, so kind, so welcoming, and just so lovely. We had so many wonderful conversations, not only with the people on the island, but with other people traveling. We met a couple from Germany who were there for 4 weeks, who were awesome. They're gonna send us a video of the manta dive. They like bought the video, and they said they would send it to us. Yeah, just great music, great food, great people, great culture, total aloha. I am like still riding high off of it, and again, just like so grateful that I had the opportunity to do that. So that's it. Hopefully this was a little bit fun, and you know, I kept you busy while you folded or cleaned or made dinner or just hung out, and I love Wednesdays with you guys, and I said it a lot this week, but I really do love sharing my life with you, and I'm just appreciative of your constant support. So if you haven't already subscribed, please do, and please give this video a thumbs up. It helps my channel. I'm here every Monday through Thursday. Tomorrow, I think, if all goes to plan, we should have a new cup sheet haul, which I wish I would have done before I left on my trip, because let me just tell you, the collection that I'm trying on tomorrow is one of a kind. It's actually spectacular, so make sure you stick around for that. All right, y'all, I love you, and see you tomorrow. Peace. Or rather, aloha and mahalo.